You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 4. Chill! Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at the time to get a little personal. The time to talk about, childhood stories. And a lot of people always ask me, you're a promoter, you're an actor, you're a podcast host. How come you could do all these things and you say that you're shy? How come that you could do all these things? Well, I could do all these things because it's stuff that I love, and sometimes I gotta put my shyness to the side in order to get to the things that I always wanted. And I would never like that. I would never like that. As a kid, I could not never talk to people. I was really shy. I would be in class and not pay attention to nobody. I would sit in class, be real quiet, and yeah, and I never knew why I was so quiet, but I was always quiet. And one thing, and I mentioned this in a couple episodes, that as a kid, a lot of things that couldn't do because I had speech problems, speech impediment, always stuttering, always, always stuttering, not saying the word correctly. Guess wasn't confident behind that, and I don't know why I got that. I guess I was born with it. And as a kid, it goes to speech therapy behind that, so I can learn to get better. But that was another reason why, in my younger days in school, I was quiet. I would not talk to anybody. I didn't have much friends behind it. And if I did have friends, they would turn on me in a heartbeat, show off in front of people, and stuff like that. As a kid, I would bully a lot because of my speech problem. Bully heavy behind it. For many words, people used to call me many words. You used to call me ugly. You used to call me retarded. You used to call me slow. You used to call me stupid. You used to call me gay. And all those things hurt me as a kid. And caused me to not have confidence in myself until I was an adult. And that has bothered me heavy as a kid. Also, as a kid, I would get picked on a lot almost every day in school. I couldn't fight. I didn't know how to fight. Growing up, I had 3 sisters. I did not know how to fight. I didn't really have nobody to teach me how to fight and stuff like that. I felt like as a kid, the big thing I could do was cry. But of course, when I got to 3rd grade, all that had to change because I finally taught myself how to fight. I ended up going to martial arts, and that changed my life as a kid and helped me for the better. And to, start to learn how to defend myself. And, it wasn't easy for me as a kid, I've been through a lot of people, picking on me and stuff like that. I couldn't get a lot of girls, couldn't date because, girls didn't think I was their type. Like I said, people called me ugly and stuff like that, and that hurt me a lot as a kid as well. I didn't have no confidence behind that. Didn't have no friends, growing up, being on my block. I didn't have no guy friends until a very long time. I used to hang with a lot of females because, I didn't really get judged by females. With no guys my age on my block, either with guys younger than me or guys older than me. And yeah, it was easy. And during high school I had friends, but they wasn't the real friends. Honestly, the real friends I had when I got to high school. When I met, Mr. Aaron Sands and my bro RJB. And then when I started having real friends in school. And being bullied a lot, really, really hurt to the point that, I thought about doing things to me that I didn't think, didn't think wanted to do. One time I tried to get myself hit by a car and somebody stopped it. And it made me realize that pressure life more often, and not let people pick on you no more. I had to change that mindset real quick. It wasn't easy, and this was hard to talk about. And but yeah, and it means something that I opened up about it here on the season finale. that. The moral of the story is I don't want y'all to feel sorry for me about what I just told y'all. But I want y'all to be inspired by it. Whoever been through the whole thing, who is going through it now, if those who have kids that are going through it this now, I want you to be inspired by the story. Because I told the story to help y'all. That I been through that and I dealt with it. And now what happened in the past is only make me stronger. Of course, I'm still not perfect behind everything that happened in my life. But as long as somebody inspired by the story I told them, I told here. And for those that had a story to tell, but could never tell nobody, let this be a start to help y'all, tell the story that y'all cannot tell nobody, whether it's about bullying, whether it's about depression, whether it's about suicide, whether it's about dealing with anxiety, anything related to mental health. Take it every day, one step at a time. And because you don't know who you inspire, if you had a story, you don't know who you're inspiring. And hopefully, my story here inspire y'all. Hopefully, one day I can start an organization to help those that being bullied or going through anxiety, going through suicide, having suicide thoughts, going through depression. That's why I really wanted to start this platform on MrGentleman, like the podcast, so people could tell their stories that they don't feel comfortable telling others. Which is why I always say on my show that this is a safe place for conversation because I won't judge y'all on anything. Y'all could be open with me, and I've always been like that, no matter what. And the fact that y'all haven't judged me by anything I told when it comes to my personal life, and I thank y'all for that. And hopefully, this story help y'all. And of course, I do got my shyness going on today. I do, can't approach certain females because of my past do hold me back in certain things, but just know every day that even in my adult life, I do learning and I do doing better than when I was back then. I'm glad that I'm not that scared little kid that I used to be anymore. And just want to say thank y'all for tuning in to, the story time. And just know in the future I will give y'all more story time because you just never know who might need it. And that's my goal here is to inspire others and not afraid to know more to if you have a story to tell, it's okay to open up because you just never know who are you inspiring. And I'll be right back. You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 4. Yeah!